Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are doing well. My name is Deng Solomon. I'm going to be leader for today orientation. I'm currently in Morocco studying economics as a second university. That is about me. However, I'm also the head of the scholarship orientation department. First of all, please allow me to congratulate all of you for reaching this point. It is not easy to reach interview level if you are not determined. It is because of the determination that made you guys reach this stage. And we are all happy for you as ENA. And we believe you will make it through to the next stage of scholarship offer later. So for today, we all know the purpose why we have this meeting. Purposely, the meeting is to orient you about what you need to know in order to prepare yourself for the interview. I know this is your first time, but please do not stress yourself. You have all the material that you need in order to qualify for this interview, in order to pass it. As your moderator, I want to let you know also that please try to mute yourself. The background noise, try to mute yourself. If you're given chance later, you will talk. So allow me to welcome our brother Abraham Chol. He's in Morocco. He's in Turkey. He's going to take you through this orientation. Mr. Abraham, engineer, you're welcome.
Well, at first, before I start, let me know if my voice is clear. There are some technical issues.
Yes, you are audible.
All right, okay. First of all, I would like to thank Deng Solomon for the chance given. And I'm giving thanks to the team of ENA, the team which is organizing this program, and the team which has been working hand in hand with the students across the world to make sure that all South Sudanese students get first-hand information about the scholarship. This is a great credit to ENA team, and of course to my brother, Jacob Deng, who is here, the head of the team. I'm really much appreciative for the work that you guys are doing. To introduce myself to you guys, by name Abrahram Chol Deng, as it is written there on the screen. And I'm currently studying in Turkey. I'm here to be an engineer, but it's just a matter of a month, and maybe hopefully I will have to assume that title. But now I'm still a student studying mechanical engineering in Pamukkale University in Turkey. I'm going to take you through our program of today, which is mainly about the orientation on how to do Turkish scholarship. First of all, I would like to send my congratulations to each and every one of you who got accepted for this wonderful scholarship program. And this is not the final stage. You guys got accepted for the interview, and you have received emails about your interview information. And the final stage would be later after you successfully do your interview, of which is mainly the reason why we are here. We want to know and to make sure that you guys get the first-hand information and what is it that you guys should do to make sure you win your chance for the Turkish scholarship. At least we should try to mute ourselves because the background noise sometimes is disturbing. I don't know with that. At least we should try to mute.
That's William Adel. Then you can mute him.
Yeah, I think thanks someone as a moderator. Well,
Just click on those small dots.
yeah, before we go to our presentation, I would like to let you know that our program is not going to take much of your time. I know MBs are issues in our country, the internet connection. And because of that, I have tried hard to make sure every information that I will be giving to you will be squeezed within a few minutes. And you need to be attentive enough to make sure every step, every word that we say, you grab it. And this one will be the one that you will use later. If there is something you have not understood well, you will have to ask from me. And among us here, we have some of the scholarship holders from Turkey who have joined the program. They will also be able in position to give some few remarks later. And if you have any questions, all of us will be in a position to answer you. So it is a collective collaboration that we are doing together with the team of ENA. Without wasting much of your time, I would like to take you to the presentation of which I would like to request my brother. Well, I think you guys now are able to see my screen.
Yes, we are seeing.
All right. Okay. Here on the screen is written Turkey Burslari interview orientation. This what?
Sorry, put it in presentation mode so that it appears clear.
Are you with me?
I'm saying put it in presentation mode, yeah.
But there's no problem with my screen, right?
There's no problem, yeah.
Okay. Is it written there, Turkey Burslari interview orientation?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, what Deng is saying is that you put it in presentation mode. Maybe you go down there. That is more cap. So you just put it, just click on it and you just show on the screen because it's showing all the slide here. Yeah, you just put it in the presentation mode. That's what he's saying.
Presentation mode.
Yeah, next to minus.
Down.
The next to minus when you're zooming. That one.
I don't know what I'm seeing here on my screen.
On your what do you call on your right hand side. Just go to the end. You see minus. You see minus that sign of zoom. So that icon that is near to it is presentation mode.
Okay.
Just click on
it. I'm now on PowerPoint. I think I have to go back.
The same PowerPoint down. Just down.
Down here.
Just down. That one. I'm seeing your. Yeah.
This one.
Now click on it.
I have clicked on it. Is it not okay right now? I'm seeing now the whole presentation is on the screen.
Oh.
The whole page.
Oh, it's presenting to us here. We are still seeing slide. Okay, you continue. No problem. I think it has no problem.
All right. You can just, if there's one of you is using the phone, just screenshot and share.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Continue. It's still no problem. That's no.
Okay. All right.
There's no problem. We will share later the slide, the group. No
problem. But you guys are able to see the screen, the presentation, right?
Yes. Yes, we are seeing.
Okay. Okay. I think it can take time for us to solve it because.
No, it's okay now, brother. You don't worry. It's okay. We are seeing the screen.
Yeah. Okay. Here is written Turkey Burslari interview orientation. Bursalari, that is a technical word, but you guys are well acquainted with it. I mean, those who did the application, you normally get Turkey Bursalari Scholarship. They write it that way. So Turkey Bursalari interview orientation, which is what we are doing today. And it's being presented to you, as I said before, my name is Abraham Chol, Kur Deng. And on this presentation, as I mentioned earlier, we are not going to take much of our time. We shall just be specific on some few points of which I would like to take you through. Here is what to do before the interview. You know, before you go for your interview, it is very important to know some points and what to do and what not to do. Here under this point, and before we proceed, actually, I would like to let you know that the interview is divided into two. I myself, when I did my interview, I did not have what they call quantitative interview or quantitative test, which is normally a mathematics test. During our time, we didn't have it. And what we had was only oral interview. After oral interview, there was nothing else. We just we waited for our results. But for your case, as I got it, you are going to have oral interview as well as quantitative interview. So our focus today will mainly be on oral interview. Quantitative interview, before we go to oral interviews, as normal, like the mathematics exams you normally do in your schools before you finish your high school. What it needs is to prepare well. You have to remind yourself before time, make some preparation, and more especially, they mark it differently. For example, if you are someone who's going to study engineering, it means you need to have more knowledge about mathematics. And if you are weak in math, you can't do engineering. Compared to someone who's going to do political science, for this example. So if you are going to do political science, at least you should be able to answer some questions. But that does not mean that if someone who has 70 in mathematics is going to do engineering and you got maybe 30, 40, or 50, they can put you on the same level because it depends on the course that you are going to do. Therefore, what I'm trying to stress on here is that whatever thing, the mathematics that you guys are going to do, I think it's going to be the same exam. I'm not quite sure how the arrangements are, but if it is going to be the same exam, it means you should at least be able to do your best. You try your best, at least be able to answer some questions. And you need not to panic. You just have to take it as something just like the usual exams you do. So if you don't know mathematics, because I know that not everyone is gifted. For example, me, myself, I'm not that gifted in geography and history. But when I'm dealing with numbers, that's where I get my energy. So if your energy is not in mathematics, it is not something new. This is what everyone has experienced, not everything that you can do well. You need not to panic. Just prepare yourself for what you will be able to answer during the interview period. That is when we are talking of quantitative interview. Now, as I mentioned earlier on, we are not going to stress on a lot on the quantitative interview. This generally what I can give. And maybe on this point of general, I mean the test, the mathematics test, you have got some questions on the group which were shared by our sister, Amor. And you might have made some research as well because it is not mainly about what you get on the group that you should always be focusing on and put your attention onto. You need also to make your own research. At least you go extra to make sure you achieve your goal, which is passing this interview. So be well prepared for mathematics, regardless of your level in mathematics. Just know that it is math and you do not need to panic. Even if you know nothing about math, you don't need to panic. Just prepare, try to do something with it this period of time before you guys go for your interviews. And then later, hopefully, you will be able to pass mathematics. Coming to oral interview, on the screen is what to do before the interview. So what to do before the interview? Let's look here. I know the only interview location in South Sudan is in Juba, and that is the Turkish embassy. So all South Sudanese students, they are not in Juba. I'm not sure of where you guys are joining, or like where you stay. But what I'm quite sure is that your interview will be in Juba. So if your interview will be in Juba, you need at least to be in Juba sometimes, some days before your interview time. Let's say for someone who is going to do his or her interview on 14th, at least today he should be in Juba, or she should be in Juba. Maybe because today is 11th, maybe because of some other circumstances. By tomorrow, he or she should be available in Juba to make sure that he or she doesn't get a chance or doesn't get, the blockage. We have some issues, like normally there are some issues that happen along the way, of which I don't want you to experience. I want to experience it during my time of interview. Like I was in Bor, and I left Juba. Then after that, I left you on 3rd. On 4th, I was called for interview when I was in Bor. On 5th, I got information. Then I had to prepare myself. My interview was going to be on 8th. So a difference of 4 days. That was less. So I was preparing myself to come back on 5th. And then along the way, that was along Juba Bor Road, something bad happened. People were killed on the way, and the road was blocked for some weeks, of which it was not going to be possible for me to go to Juba. So I had to decide what to do. And even getting flights by then was a little bit hard. A lot of people were traveling, and the only mean of traveling was through flight. Yeah, let's meet ourselves. So I had to travel to the other side of the river. That is Gwalior, and from Gwalior to Juba. This is how I came to Juba on 6th, and I rested on 7th, and on 8th I did my interview. So that was a narrow escape. I can put it that way. I don't want you to experience the same thing. So at least get to Juba on time. By today, by tomorrow, you should be in Juba. I know most of you are going to do their interviews on 14th and 15th. So try to be careful on when to. Hello? Yeah, I was muted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to mute the rest.
Yeah. Well, the other point here is knowing the embassy location. I'm not going to stand on it for long. You need to know where the embassy is located. So if you are in Juba, you should try 2 days, 1 day before time to know where the embassy is located, such that when you go there, you get traffic jams, you get a lot of other circumstances. You won't be able to miss your interview. So make sure that you know the embassy, where it is located, where you can go there. Let's say if you are living in Konikonya, which bus you should take, a bus going to Budele, or a bus going to Monokit through, like, the normal Meta route, and then where to, like, how you can be able to go to the embassy. This is what I'm trying to stress on here. So please know that. Go try to visit the embassy, just move around, make sure that you know where exactly the embassy is located. There is also the embassy address, which is there. I think it has been shared on the interview invitation. And I don't know, like Google Map is not possible to be used in South Sudan, but it is possible to know where it is. The address is there, and then at least you should try to know where it is before time. At least a day before you go for your interview. The other thing that you need to know here.
Excuse me, Mr. Abraham.
Yeah.
Which slide are you in? Because we're only seeing the first slide.
I don't know. I'm trying to change here, but I think only knowing embassy location is on my screen. What does it show there?
We're still seeing the first slide of the interview.
Is it now changed?
I need to confirm from others.
Yeah, I think my computer has a problem, like freezing something.
This still has not changed.
What is there now on the screen?
The first slide.
The first three, like what to do before the interview, and then the last one is arrival at interview location, right?
We are only seeing the first slide. First page with your name. Okay, you can just present, and later you will send the slide to them in the group. No problem.
Okay, let me try to confirm once again. Are you able to see Turkey Burslari interview orientation, the first page?
Yes, yes.
Okay, now has it changed?
No, it has not changed yet.
Wow.
It has not changed. You need to present, and there's no problem. We'll send them to them the presentation. Continue with where you stopped before.
Okay, okay. All right. Well, I was on the point of knowing embassy location, which has been dusted. And the other point is arrival at interview location. You know, it is very important for you to arrive on time, because if you wait maybe 30 minutes before your interview time, and then you try to start maybe your journey from Juba town to the embassy, there might be some other circumstances like things to do with traffic jam and other, unseen circumstances that might happen on the way. That can prevent you from going to the embassy on time, and as a result, you may miss your interview. So it is very important to arrive at the interview location some times before. And I can say that if you don't have anything very important to do before your interview, at least be around there at least 1 hour before time. Be there 1 hour before time, meaning that you should start, depending on your location, you should start your journey to the embassy, 2 hours before time, some hours before time, because you guys are staying in different locations. Some locations may even take 1 hour to go to the embassy because you are transiting from one bus to another bus, and then maybe footing, all these things. So what do you need to know? Be ready at least sometimes before your interview, and make sure at least 1 hour before interview you are in the embassy, or I mean around there, because they will not allow you to enter the embassy. But you should be around. There are some there whereby you can sit and wait for your interview time to come. Make sure you arrive there sometimes at least 1 hour before time, and make sure you start your journey, depending on the location where you are staying in, at least 2 hours before time. If you are staying near to the embassy, then it should be 2 hours. But if you are staying far, let's say someone is staying in Chirkat, and Chirkat is on the other side of the Nile. So coming from there is a little bit hard. Sometimes you may not get a bus. It takes time to get buses. Sometimes you may get bus on time, and then later on the way, you don't get, like, you get traffic jam. So it won't be able for you to arrive on time, meaning that you don't have control of when to arrive. So make sure you give enough time. If you have nothing important that you want to do, make sure you give yourself enough time to go to the interview location. I don't know when exactly will be the first interview, but if it is at 9 or 9:30, the person who is going to have that interview should be at least ready. Sleep very earlier to let his or her mind relax, and wake up very early in the morning before everyone. Prepare yourself. Start your journey. Be there at the embassy location at least 1 hour before time. That is at the point I would say on arrival at interview location. Your dressing code matters as well. It's another point. Your dressing code matters a lot. The people who are going to interview you, they are being sent on a national mission. What I mean is, Turkey is a country which is working hard to make sure all the other countries, the African countries, the third world countries, are well connected to Turkey, to show that they have that, like they are transferring their culture, they are reaching out to the whole world through education, through next generation, through future leaders. So you should be someone who is able to dress in a way that someone will be able to, like, respect you. I don't mean you need to put on suits, no. You need to just put on your decent clothing. You need to put on your plain clothes. You need to make sure that whatever things you are wearing is normal, is not something to do with attracting other people and all this, okay? So make sure you dress nicely, make some research on how to dress for an interview. It matters a lot. If you choose wrong dressing code, that one can disqualify you. If you choose the right one, you make some research, you choose the right one, at least be decent, then that one can give you credit. Who knows? We are not sure how they select. Like after an interview, what are the criteria that they use? Maybe there are some marks given for dressing code. Who knows? They might be there. So you need to grab that opportunity. It's an opportunity for you. It's already given to you, and you are the one to prepare yourself for your dressing code. At this point, matters a lot. And the other thing that I would like to stress on before we proceed to the next stage of the program, the presentation, is when you enter there, you need to be serious. Like, you don't need just to go, you open with that full force of yours. At least you knock, and not to knock hardly. Sometimes they may keep quiet and look at you just to test who is coming. Maybe you can, like, if at that particular, like if it happened at that particular time, then you can request them. May I come in? As usual, you guys know it. So this is something that you need to be careful as well. That is when you are entering to the interview room. There, when you enter, you will get at least 2 people. Normally, either 2 or 3. So you will get either 2 or 3, but it can change, who knows? There may be, 4 or 5. So, but commonly there are 2 people to interview you, the interviewers. There will be only 2 or 3, okay? So when you enter and you get those people, you will sit. Sometimes they can tell you to sit. Sometimes they may just look at you. Then maybe if like after you sit, you need to make sure that you sit upright on your chair, okay? Need to show that focus. You came for something, you came to grab something, an opportunity that you need to grab, okay? So this is when you enter and then you get seated, what to do. Now, we come to preparation for oral and quantitative test. This is normally before what I have just explained before. So to prepare yourself, there are some informations which are normally being shared, like on the group that you guys were added to. There are some information online. Everyone has access to internet. You can just go, you Google, either you Google about Turkey, how to do the interviews, how to successfully pass your interview. You just like thing to do is interviews, just to get information. You can get everything on the internet. This is the preparation that you need to do. You search on the common questions which are normally asked. And remember, this is an oral interview. So saying it is an oral interview, you will be able to encounter some questions based on your answers that you give. Not everything that you get on the internet, not everything that we share on the group, not everything that you are going to get on this presentation will be given to you during the interview period. Some questions will be generated based on the information you give, based on what you wrote during your application period, based on what is there on your letter of intent, and based on what is there on your documents. So these questions, make sure you will be able to answer them. And that is about preparation. On the preparation part as well, we know that you apply through the system, which is Turkey Bursları Scholarship System, and you have your your password, you have your email for the system. If you have not downloaded the PDF, make sure that you go to the system and download it. Pass through that PDF, the document, the summary of your application, pass through it, look through everything that you have filled in, make sure you have the information, the university that you choose, the course that you choose. If maybe in some cases, some people do for others, you need to get yourself well acquainted with whatever information on the scholarship summary, the application summary. Grab that information and have it in your mind. When you go to the interview and maybe they ask something to do with that information, you will be able to answer it. You won't be stuck. Not answering that question shows that you are not serious and you are someone who does not deserve to be given that scholarship opportunity. So that is about preparation. Take that PDF, download it on your phone. If it is able for you to, if you are able to print it, it is up to you. But at least you should have it on your tablet, on your device. Pass through it several times. Read it. Pass through your letter of intent. Know whatever point that you have written there, and when it is asked, be able to answer it according to what is written. Okay, that is another part of preparation for oral interview. For quantitative, I think I have already dusted it. I give information about it. It is up to you to prepare yourself on things to do with mathematics. Sample questions were given and they were shared on the group. That is about preparation for oral and quantitative interview. Here on my screen, you are not able to see my screen. It's about the email normally sent to each and every one of you. You guys got it. And on that email, it is written, you are invited to attend the interview at the date and place specified below with the original documents, diploma or certificate, transcript, ID or passport, etc. So here, there are a lot of documents needed. They say, etc. What they mean here is when you apply during the application time, you uploaded your certificate. senior 4 certificate for the case of South Sudanese student, those who sit in South Sudan, and your passport or national ID, and also your transcript. If you did not have transcript and you didn't upload it, it is not must for you to bring it. If you uploaded your transcript, make sure that you take it with you, you go with it. You need to have all your documents together, arranged together, the most important, like the important document, let's say certificate, your passport has to be with you, your transcript has to be with you if you have uploaded to the system during the application. If not, then it is not a problem. The other document that you need to have are some other documents that you use during the application. For example, when we talk of social activities on the application system, there you need to put some documents. For example, if you have involved yourselves in some trainings, humanitarian trainings, or maybe some leadership skills, maybe you have leadership experience, then to prove that you had a chance to lead either during your period of high schools or as a youth, you had to upload those documents on the system. So in case you have such kind of documents, make sure you go with them to the embassy. Okay. The other documents are also needed. Anything that you uploaded on the system, make sure you go with the original, not just a document. You have to go with the original document that you uploaded to the system. Make sure you go with it. That is about it. The other thing here, I wish you guys could be able to see my screen, but it's not a problem. What is here is about, actually this was for 2023 that I'm still using. When you are shortlisted for interview, they send you on the system. When you go to the application system, there's that part called My Application. You click on My Application, and then if you are accepted, you will get information about interview, and then there will be red, and on it is written not attend. So if you click on not attend, definitely you will not be able to attend that. You have already rejected it. So you won't be able to be called for interview. If you click on attend, which is green color, red color and green color. So if you click on the one in green color, which is written attend, then you will be able to, or you have accepted to attend the interview. So if you have not done that, go to your application system. You go to My Application. On the application system, there is the last part, which is My Application. On My Application, you will see the red and the green. So click on the green one to attend. Click on the green one. And if you go there, maybe you don't get it. I don't know, like I didn't check the system and I didn't apply for someone this year. So I don't know, maybe they have not included it. I'm not well sure of the system right now, but this is what is normally there. It has been there for some years since our time, and even 2023. The one I'm using here was for 2023. And on that, you get your application date, your application time, your interview date and your interview time. You need to know that very well. If your interview is on 14th, I don't know how many of you are going for interview on 14th and how many of you are on 15th. But what do you need to know? You need to check it carefully. Is it on 14th of May, 15th of May? If it is on 14th of May, at what time exactly? You need to know that as well. So make sure you know exactly what time that your interview will start and which date will it be. Some people are reluctant to get the information. This is something that a serious student must know. But at some time, people don't get it. Like some people can even be able to miss their interviews. That is being not serious. But this is something for your life, and it is for your success. So you need to take it serious. I know that you guys might have done it. You know when exactly you're going for interviews. But as a reminder, you need to know that, okay? And from here, we have the interview address, which is normally the embassy. So you have to go to the embassy. The other thing is about their contact information. In case any one of you has a problem, I don't know if you guys are now in Juba. If there's any one of you who is not in Juba. And for some conditions, I know how South Sudan is. For some condition, will not be able to make it in Juba. Please let me know on time. Just let me know. I will try hard to make sure that you get in touch with someone in the embassy, and that person will be the right person to forward your information, and hopefully they can give you a chance to be interviewed, just like what we are doing online. So in case there is someone who is not in Juba, in other part of South Sudan, and for some circumstances won't make it, let me know on time. You can get my number on the group, or you can just write to the group. I will be able to respond to you. So that's something that I would like to request you guys to do. But hopefully you will all make it to Juba within these 2 days. Now we come during interview. I have touched some of the points during interview. During interview, we have introduction, of which we shall look later into it. We have documents control. We have candidates motivation. So this part of candidate motivation, this is a part that we shall come to later. This is a part which I think carry a lot of marks. And we have academic knowledge and career goals. This part also, 2 of them, they are very important. And we have ending and candidates questions, okay? So on this part, I will touch introduction later. Documents control, I have to talk a little bit about it. As I mentioned earlier before, you need to go with your documents. You need to go with your original document. You need to arrange them. You put them in order. You need to know that this document is here, this document is here. So they will ask you when you enter, and they invite you to sit, you sit down, and then they ask you to give them the documents. So be able to give them the documents. For example, it is must to give your original certificate. It is must to give your passport. It is must to give, let's say, transcript for the case of those who uploaded it on the system. And also the other documents are very important. Just give them. They can return what they don't want, and they can just be checking what they want. So make sure some of the documents which are not important, let's say, your letter of intent is not more important than your candidates, than your senior force certificate. So meaning that your senior force certificate will be on top, okay? Will be on top of your reference letter, okay? So make sure you do it that way. But the most important thing is to go with your original certificate, go with all your original documents, so that when they ask, you will be able to present to them. The other important thing is time. So if you have, like, you put all your document in back, and maybe there are some books, there are a lot of things there, and then you will be checking, you don't know where the books, the documents are. That one shows you are not serious, and you are not someone who can be able to prepare himself. You don't organize yourself. So what do you need to do? Make sure you put all your documents in one place. You know where this document exactly is. And when you are asked to present, you will be able to give it within a short period of time. And when we talk of ending and candidates questions, I think I will have to look into it later. So let's proceed with introduction. You have already entered to the interview room. You have met the interviewers, and you got your chair, you sit. And here, the committee will introduce itself, like they will introduce and they will give you more information about what they are going to do. That just like we are the interviewing team from Turkey Brussels College. And within this time or period, this your time, we shall be able to interview you and all this. They will just be saying things, and that is the right time for you to relax. Just be seated and be focused on your interview. You do not need to look around, maybe within the interview room. Just be focused and make sure everything they say, you listen to it. This is the right opportunity for you. Your entrance, the way you sit, your dressing code, attract and gives you some credit first. And then later your introduction will be the main important part for you. After all this, when you come to, after they introduce yourself, they can ask you questions like, introduce more about yourself. And, let us know who you are. There are a lot of ways that they can ask. Regardless, you need to give the information by starting with introducing yourself. And you come to your, like, let's say you are someone, let's say, at least you should have something in mind that can make you different from other candidates. But here is how you can do it. When it comes to self-introduction, time is very important. If time is very important, you need to be precise, okay? You need to be precise. You don't need to be giving a lot of information and making it extended. Make sure you squeeze your information within a short period of time, and you be able to give that precise information within that particular short period of time. Look here, in introduction, they're expecting you not to be different or not to give information which is not, I mean, if there is something written on your document, let's say your name, and for this case, I'm going to use myself as example. I'm Abraham Chol, and maybe I have already presented my document. They are looking on my document, and they are on my passport is written Abraham Chol Kur. And later, maybe because of pressure or I just decided to do it that way, I say my name as Chol Kur and then leaving other first name. That one doesn't sound good. Like they are checking your document. Whatever things you are saying is what is there on the document. So your introduction, they are looking at it. On the introduction part, you need to give the right information. You introduce yourself, your name, what do you do? You are a student, of course, a South Sudanese student. And why you are here, I'm here, for the Turkish scholarship interview, and blah, blah. So this is mainly what you should do. On this point, as I mentioned earlier, you need to make sure you get something different that can differentiate you from other students, because you are also competing with other candidates, okay? So to get something different, you need to go extra mile, you need to make more research, you need to be functional enough when you are talking and be straightforward, be precise, get that, you have to grab that attention of the interviewers. Two of them will be serious looking at you and asking some questions. One of them will be busy on the document, okay? And one maybe at some point they can be writing. We don't know what they write. During our time, we did not know what they were writing on the documents. But we can assume that what they write, they're writing something. If you have gone wrong somewhere, it doesn't mean that. When they write, you do not need to panic. Maybe they are giving you some points, some credits. So have that energy to grab the attention, okay? But be precise, save their time. So as I mentioned earlier, you have to include something that can distinguish you from the other candidate. That is about introduction. And on the other part is candidate motivation. Here is the part whereby they will have to ask some questions, and some of them you already answered them during the application period on the letter of intent. For example, why did you apply for Turkish scholarship? This is one of the questions that can be asked, okay? Why exactly did you apply for Turkish scholarship? You must have some reasons. There are a lot of reasons that you can get. For example, someone can say that I applied for Turkish scholarship because here in my country, I don't have this course that I would like to study, and it will be good for me to study in Turkey because to me, Turkey is stronger in this department compared to my country. Okay, that is one. Just an example. I'm not saying that you will be able to say that. That's just an example. Because most of the courses are in South Sudan, so I don't encourage you to say that. But sometimes you can just give precise information. Like it was asked during there. Why do you like to study in Turkey? Why did you apply for Turkish scholarship? So for Turkish scholarship, maybe something to do with finance. You applied for Turkish scholarship because you are not able to afford your education, your higher education. Paying education is not that easy, and if you have no one to support you, you wouldn't be able to cater or pay for your education. So you get it as an opportunity to study under Turkish scholarship, and then this one can allow you to achieve your goal. Maybe you would like to study in Turkey, you like something special about Turkey, and that's why you would like to go and study in Turkey. There are a lot of points out there. Just try to make some research, and as they were shared on the group, try to look path through them, answer each and every questions, and make sure that you are able to give brief information, brief answer when you are asked. And not every question will be asked during your interview time. Sometimes a lot of questions can miss out, but the most important thing is any question that will be asked to you, be able to give brief information and make sure that whatever thing you give, you are confident is something that you have researched, is something that you have no doubt that it can maybe alter your interview results. Okay, it cannot affect your results negatively. It's something that you have thoroughly made some research. So here, like, which course would you like to pursue and why? I'm quite sure each and every one of you chose a course. And before someone on the group, I got it some days back. Someone who got shortlisted chose, I think, something to do with international relations and diplomacy, if I'm not wrong. So to use that as an example, if they ask you, and if that one is your first choice, you need to focus on it. This, what you will have to talk about. It's just like your letter of intent. When you are writing your letter of intent, you focus on the first choice, okay? The first choice. They give at most 12, but you choose from 1 to 100 number that you like. So the first choice is what you have to give precise information. So you mentioned the course that you selected during the application and why you would like to study it. For this case, I chose international relations and diplomacy because of this. You know it very well why you want to study that course. And this is exactly what they look into. They need to make sure that a student that we are going to take from South Sudan is someone who will be able, in future, will be able to make some changes in his field or her field, okay? So if you are going to be a diplomat, you need to make some research on why you should study international relations. And some point you can give, when you are talking about international relations, just for example, you need to connect Turkey and South Sudan as well. So there are a lot of points that you can give. It depends on the department that you are going to study. For my case, as a mechanical engineering student, I have my own points. For someone who is going to do, let's say, electrical engineering, someone who is going to study medicine, there are a lot of different points. We cannot give the same answers. It depends on your department that you would like to study and why you would like to study that. What is the motivation? What gives you that energy to choose that particular course? So then sometimes they can say, what do you know about Turkey? Of course, before you applied or during your application period, you might have made some research on the country called Turkey, okay? Here you need to give, they just want to test your brain. They want to test your brain. They are not expecting a lot of things from you. You just need to be precise. You give things that you know about Turkey. And always, as usual, you need to be positive, okay? When you are talking of things to do with Turkey, what do you know about Turkey? And for example, you can say that I know Turkey as a country where people or citizens have hospitality, okay? Just for example, you continue narrating it. You give precise information, and then you go to the next question. Sometimes they can interrupt and they say, it's okay. That one is normal. When they interrupt, it's normal. They just want to save time. When you are precise, you give your answers within a short period of time. And when they interrupt you, it's okay. It's not a problem because they want to save time for other candidates who are waiting outside to be interviewed, okay? And that is when it comes to candidate motivation, okay? There are a lot of other questions about candidates motivation, but I'm not going to mention or to like talk on each of them here. We have them on the group. We can pass through them, make some research, and be able to answer them. Sometimes you can call someone and be able to ask, like request someone to ask you some questions. Then you try to, to give the answers, okay? That is practicing. You need to make some practice. For example, you call Abraham, this I'm going to have this interview on this week, and I would like you to assume the role of interviewer, and you interview me. So Abraham will ask you some questions, and then you give some answers, okay? Through that, you will be able to know your mistakes. You will be able to control yourself when you are talking, because you need to, at least you need that control as well when you are talking. You will be able to get rid of the stress, okay, when you are talking. So this is how you can do it. It's something normal, like the interview is normal. If you are well prepared, you will pass it. And there's no way that you won't get a chance to take it. It's just that you need preparation. The hardest part is what you have done, qualifying for interview. That is the hardest. No one knew. Thousands of students applied for the interview, and maybe less than 50 students got accepted or got shortlisted, who knows? That is the hardest. But here it's up to you to fail, to choose failure, or to choose success. So it is up to you. Now we go to academic knowledge and career goals. For academic knowledge and career goals, it can range from your high school, and maybe during your period of studies in Turkey, and after graduating in Turkey. And things to do is, if it is focusing on your high school, okay, they can assess the information. Sometimes you might have given some information on the application system. Let's say someone will make the best student countrywide, or one of the top 10 student countrywide, or maybe the best student in his school, in the state, at the county level, okay? At this particular point, they may ask you, because you might have feel it, there was a section about it. You might have feel it that I was the best student, the third, the fourth, or the best in the county, the best in my school. If they ask you any question related to it, you need to be able to answer it, okay? So that is when we talk of during your high school, like things before you graduate from your high school. Academic experience, okay? And academic knowledge. And another point, like when you come to Turkey, what are your plans after graduating? What are your plans after graduating? This is very important. It depends on your course. But one thing is common, okay? Turkey as a country is giving scholarship to the whole world. They are not only South Sudanese students. There are thousands of students who are studying here under Turkish scholarship. They take students all across Africa, America, more especially Southern America, Europe, Eastern Europe, and the other part of Europe, Asia. They come to Turkey for this scholarship. So they expect them, they do not expect them to come and stay in Turkey. They are having a long-term planning for Turkey relationship with those countries. In this case, they give scholarships to South Sudanese students to strengthen their connection with South Sudan. Who knows? At the end, later, some years to come, one of their alumni, the Turkey Scholarship alumni, may become an influential politician in the country, or if not, a very influential entrepreneur, a doctor, someone who is well known, a very successful engineer, and so forth. So that one will portray the image of Turkey. The name of Turkey will always be attached to the success of that person. Okay? You are, after graduating, you will be the ambassadors between Turkey and South Sudan. Okay? So these are mainly some of the they give. They are giving a lot of scholarship. They are spending a lot of money. But when you look into it, no one is spending money for free. Okay? Mainly white. Maybe for us, South Sudanese, we normally do it because we don't know how to use money. And not everyone, but just most of the people who just get money like overnight. So those people who get money overnight, they don't know how to use money. But when it comes to things to do with this country investing on other countries, they have benefits, long-term benefits, which they are not getting right now, but they will have to get it in future. And to like on this point, to conclude it, what I'm trying to say here is make sure that when they say that, what are your plans after graduation? One thing which is common is that they expect you to go back to the country, okay? They do not need a student after graduating to stay in Turkey or to go to some other countries. And the reason is what I mentioned earlier. Turkey want to connect that bridge. We are the bridge. The scholarship students, the Turkey Burslari alumni. These are the bridge between Turkey and South Sudan. And if the bridge is not focusing on connecting Turkey and South Sudan, maybe trying to connect other country, other European country to South Sudan, will they be happy? Of course, no. They're expecting you to go to South Sudan. And you need to give what you will do. What are your plans after graduating? What do you think that you will have to do after graduating? So this is what you need to focus on. And academically, this is another question that I would just like to stress on. I'm not trying to explain every question, but I'm just selecting some few questions, okay? If they ask academically, what makes you different from other candidates? As I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of students who are going for that. During our time, we were around 33, but only 15 of us successfully got the scholarship. Okay, after the interview, we were interviewed, 33 of us, but 15 got the scholarship. So the rest, at least 50% of students did not succeed. So what makes you different from other candidates, okay? Yeah, these questions might be a testing questions. They test you. Either you will just be talking on assumption, or you will be someone who gives logical answers. What I mean here is, when I'm asked, what I'm quite sure is that I don't know the level of other candidates, but I know myself very well, meaning that I will be able to mention what I'm good at, okay? And not comparing myself with other candidates, like, I'm not sure of how they are, but the question that the answer that I can give will be like, okay? I'm not sure of other candidates exactly, but as a person, I know myself, I know what I'm good at. And this is what I'm good at. This one makes me different from. And for the case of other candidates, as I'm not well aware of who they are, what they do, I can't make comparison, blah, blah. So you just need to make some research, you know. Oral interview is always like that. We do not expect specific answers to be given, but you need to make sure that every answer that you give is logical and is positive and can contribute to your success after the interview. Okay? And let me proceed. And the other questions that I can just stress on is, how will your career contribute to South Sudan National Building Plan? As I mentioned earlier, we are at the bridge, and they're expecting us to go to contribute to the economy of South Sudan. Once we contribute to the economy of South Sudan, Turkey will be heard. Someone who studied in Turkey is the one making a lot of wonderful changes in the country. Here, let me mention something. Some years back, I think in 2019, 2020, there was a Turkish alumni, Turkish scholarship alumni, who came from Somalia. He came here, he studied his PhD, then he got back to his country, okay? While in his country, he was a politician and a very young, energetic guy, was good politically. The guy got some influence and he became the minister of road and transport in his country. This was celebrated. It started with Turkey Burslari system, and then it became viral on the news outlets, the Turkish news outlets. They were very happy. And why? This is one of their goals. Their goal is to produce people who will make some influence, some leadership skills, people who will have influence in their countries, in their specific countries. So they were very happy. They were celebrating, like they were sharing it as, you know, breaking news. Wherever you go, you try to check all the news outlets, you will get that article about a student who came to Turkey, alumni, who got into a very big political position, okay? One of the top. So they're expecting you to make some changes, like you need to have some plans. How will you contribute to your national building plan? How will you contribute to the development of South Sudan as a country? You need, depending on your department that you would like to study, you need to make some research on it. Like, how can you contribute to South Sudan generally? For example, as a mechanical engineering student, after graduating, if I get a chance to go to South Sudan and work as a mechanical engineer, I know that the sector of mechanical engineering is not that perfect in my country, but I will make sure that we get some impact on mechanical sector, okay? Things to do with, you know, the sector, the industries, okay? That is what you should focus on. You need to make some research on how your department can help the country, such that you will be able to answer if asked, how will your career contribute to South Sudan development in future after graduating, okay? And there are a lot of questions. There are a lot of questions that you can get on the internet. These are mainly the questions that you will be able to ask, okay? Try to get those questions. Make some research on those questions. And be ready for anything when asked, be ready to answer it, okay? One thing, we're almost at the end of our program. One thing that I would like to tell you is, you might be good at presenting yourself, okay? You might be good at speaking. You might have that good grammar, you know, be someone who is able to express his or herself. But when it comes to interview, if you have that stress, if you fear, you won't be able to give accurate information. You won't be able to withstand their questions, like the questions that they will be asking you. So this is the right time to have your mind set and focused on the interview. Whatever thing that you will be doing throughout these days, from today to 14 to 15, make sure that is something to do with interview, something to do with how to pass interviews, such that you will be able to grab that opportunity, okay? It's just like we are given a chance to grab some fish, okay? So it is up to you to get the way of which you can grab that fish. And if you are not well prepared to grab it, someone can grab it. Okay, there are a lot of students who are going for interviews with you. So you are the one to make sure you get your own way out and succeed after the interview. Okay, that is a point that I would like to give you. The other thing is mainly about after the interview, they will give you a chance, right, to ask. Do you have anything that you would like to ask? That is normally a question that they would ask you. So it will be up to you. If you have something to add or to ask, you will have to ask. If you don't have anything, a question, and maybe you have a statement to add, okay, you can add. But it is normally good not to be silent. At least say something. For example, if they ask you, you don't have a question in mind, just say something. Like, actually, I don't have something to ask. But the only point that I would like to put on here is just to give you appreciation for the time given. To me, it was a nice interview, and I'm looking forward to hearing the results. Okay, something like that. It is up to you. You need to add something. You don't need to say no. Okay, just say something, even if it is a sentence. I mean, say something. Okay, that one can make a difference, and it can let you succeed as well. After this juncture, I would like to say thank you so much for listening. It is very important for me, and it is very important for you. And the way it is important for me is that your success to me matters a lot, okay? So if you guys succeed, it matters a lot to me. I'm here for your success. And ENA as well is here for your success. They are working tirelessly to make sure South Sudanese students are connected with students abroad and be able to get information, fast information, be able to pass the interview, be able to get those chances that they will not be able when they are not on any, okay, program or WhatsApp group, okay? So it is, I'm really much appreciative for your attendance up to this juncture. And up to this point, I think I have nothing to say. But as I mentioned earlier, we have some students who are here. I think Amor Roda was here before. I don't know if I'm not looking at the list right now. If there's someone from Turkey, someone who is under Turkish scholarship and is here is part of us, he or she should be able to add something on it. Before we give the floor to you to ask anything that you would like to know, there are a lot of things. If we are to write a book, it will be a book of over 100 pages, but we are just squeezing it by giving some other things, information, and giving some important information. So the chance is to any student from Turkey who is here, and then later we shall have a chance for each of you to ask, and we just make some interactive talking, and maybe we can end the program later. So before I hand it over to the team of ENA, allow me to give this chance to our Turkish scholarship students. Anyone who is there can.
Okay. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, John.
Yeah. Good evening from wherever you are. My name is John. First and foremost, I'm very sorry for joining late. I had other training program I had gone to, so I just came out from the training right now. But I said better late than never, so I had to just join it. And I got Chol as already mentioned, most likely 80% of what is needed for the interviews. So First of all, congratulations for those who have made it to the interview stage. It has not been easy, but at least as I made a message in the WhatsApp group previously that you're almost there. So you don't need to just need to be confident because you're going to talk with the fellow human beings whom you breathe the same oxygen together. So it's not that hard. The interview is very simple. I don't see the need of you panicking. So just get prepared. Every information that is being told to you, that's what is needed. Number two is compose yourself, relax. As I stated, like the interviewer will ask you a question and you don't need to rush to answer the question. Take your time, relax, take your time, think of how to structure it out, and then you're able to give out your points and at least make it a maximum of 5 points per question because this is something very competitive. So saying 1 point will not be enough. And this is a scholarship whereby you're competing with almost Asian countries, you see. It's not only just South Sudan alone or even whatever. It is covering all over the world. So giving only 1 point will not be enough. So try all means to do other research. Feel free to reach out on DMs or even inboxes for further, in case of other questions. You feel you want to be given some points, always feel free to reach out, and that is all. And again, be confident of yourself. Don't just tense. Yeah. For those who don't know me, I'm John Madong. I'm currently in Istanbul. I'm doing my master's. So yeah. Chol was once who guided me all through the Turkish scholarship process. And the way he's doing it today to you guys, the same thing that he did to me. And just follow whatever he's telling you. And in case of any help, we are here to help you guys. Yeah. Congratulations once again.
Well, thank you, my brother John Madon. He's one of our students who is here. We are together here in Turkey. And I would like to give this chance to Amor. Amor, you are there. You can also have some word to say to our candidate.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're getting me.
Yeah, we are getting you.
Okay. I would like to start by thanking you, Choko, for the wonderful guidance you've given our fellow brothers and sisters. This was the same thing you did to us, remember? And once again, congratulations to those who have reached this level. It has not been easy, but you made it. It's just like you have stepped on a milestone. What is left is not that much. It's just something easy, actually. And if you have all the confidence, you're going to make it. It's just like an interaction with a fellow human being. Just like the same thing you sit in class, the teacher teachers maybe later on begin to give you some questions, as last times, begin asking you, that's the same thing. And you just have to answer. It's all. And then also there's this thing I would like to add is about the universities. I remember they asked me that question, why did you choose the university? Mr. Chol, you talked about it earlier on, I would just like to add something a little bit. Make sure like your first university, the university that you desire most to study, make sure you have a little knowledge about it. At least it's not that easy maybe to get the information from us, but you can research that university, you know where it is, maybe about the ranking, about your course, why, something like that. So that if they ask you, why did you choose this university? You have a reason, like a genuine reason. Because if you enter that room, there's nothing like gambling. You have to state facts. So be aware of such things. Thank you, my dear members. Joel could thank you once again. And then the ENA members, our leaders, thank you so much for organizing this. And my dear brothers and sisters, everybody is always there for you. We wish to see you on the other side after the interview. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much, Amor, for that wonderful addition. We know that there are a lot of questions, as I mentioned earlier. That's why we always stress on, saying that you guys need to make more research. The questions which were shared on the group, you need to make more research about them. So when it comes to things to do with your university, of course, you might have, like, the university that you choose, you must have a genuine reason why you chose that university. Therefore, you need to make some research about your first university and make sure you know everything on the application summary, okay? Need to pass through it several times, like when you talk of, like when they ask you something to do with your application summary, you will be able to answer it. And as mentioned earlier, you need to be calm. You do not need to rush. At least take a breath and organize your points and be precise on your points. Give as much as they allow you to give, okay? Because it is competitive. And always be on points, okay? So I think if we have someone who is also part of us, I would like to give him or her a chance as well. So if there is anyone who is there, you are highly welcome. The floor is yours. And if there's no one, then we can continue from here. So is there anyone who is there from Turkey? I think there's no one. Apart from John and Amor, I think there's no one. Okay. This chance is to you, the students. If you have something that you want to ask, maybe you have a statement that you would like to add, the floor is yours. I mean, the accepted candidate who are going for interview. So the floor is yours. You're highly welcome.
The other bit of the study is that in someone look over job.
William. William, are you with us?
I think William is talking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay.
William Madon.
William, try to get out of that noise. Try to get out of the noise and get Mr. William.
William, you can write your question in the chat. So write your question.
Yeah, that is another way of doing it.
Yeah.
If you are not able to talk or to verbally say your questions, write it here on the comment section or on the chat section. We shall be able to read it and give you the answer. The floor is yours. It doesn't matter, either you have a question or you have something to add, a statement or something. The floor is yours. Well, I think all right. William, you can pass your sentence. Let's wait for William. If you are not able to join us with your mic, you can write it here on the comment section.
I think William is saying.
Yeah.
I just ask the sentence, not a question.
Yeah, I got that message.
I think it's.
Yeah, William, write your sentence. Write it on the chat section. I and the other group members will be able to speak through this, okay? This is a very wonderful question.
Someone is asking about mathematical.
Yeah, then Elijah.
Yeah, set out in the interview.
I don't know. John and Amor, do you have a clue about it? About this question?
More can you please help us here?
Okay, guys, are you hearing me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, about this, I don't think there is really a place whereby they will expect you to calculate mathematics or construct something without your instruments. And so I advise you, you first take your instrument. Maybe if there is a change, you can go and leave them with the security. The security will tell you you can leave them here. That's what they normally do. Like there is a place where you leave phones and other bags in the security section, and they will be absolutely safe. So please go with your materials. In case of any change, you can go and keep them somewhere. I think that will be somehow.
John, do you have
I think that one is also.
Well, yeah, that is exactly the answer that we can give, because I myself and Amor plus John, we never had a written interview, okay? So we are not sure of whether they allow calculators, mathematical sets, and other materials to be used during your written. We are not even sure whether.
Then I think you can. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, Joe. Then maybe you can.
Yeah.
I think if you are using earphone, you can remove, because I don't know, there's something.
Okay. Sorry. Before you finish, can I just say one thing? It's about the pens and pencils. Please make sure you don't take pens. They don't need pens. They only allow you to write using pencils only. So please don't make a mistake of going with pens. Just go with your rubber, your pencils, maybe two, or a sharpener. But you should not take a razor blade because they don't need things that are sharp. So that is what I just wanted to add. Please don't go with pens, like those ones that use inks. Don't go with them. They need only pencils. Thank you.
Yeah, that is another important part. When we talk of mathematics, even here in Turkey, like we never go for mathematics exam with our calculators. We don't use calculators. We use calculators for things to do with physics, for things to do with chemistry, for things to do with other courses. But for mathematics, we don't use calculators. This is something that they have. I don't know how it is in other countries, but here in Turkey, this is how it is. The other thing is, even here in Turkey, when we go for our university exams, we are not allowed to use pens. We only use pencil, okay? So meaning that you guys need to go with your pencil as well. You need to go with your rubber. And you know, what matters to Turkish is time. They don't give you enough time even to answer your questions. So it means you need, when you make a mistake, you realize you have to, grab it. That's why you need to go with your rubber and use pencil, okay? Make sure that you take that point very serious. Get yourself a pencil, a rubber, and if there is a need, buy a sharpener, and then you go with them, okay? Go with your mathematical set and calculators, but you need to leave them with the security.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think another point is
there's
someone by name Deng commented that in Uganda calculators weren't allowed. So this means you should not use calculator. I think the interview is all uniform. So
it's uniform.
Yeah. And the comment for William that was he wanted to say is I'm very pleased with the guidance you people gave us, and we will not let you guys down. We will try our best to join you guys that side, hopefully. That was the statement from you.
Yeah, thank you so much, and we are pleased as well, William Mother. We are here for one another, and your success, as I mentioned earlier, means a lot to us. We are here for your success, and you guys are there for our success. That's why we need that mutual understanding and connection among ourselves. So thank you so much, and hopefully we wish you all the best. You guys will get that chance to come here. Is there anyone who has something to say?
At this point, I think
there's no one. Well, my final statement before I give it back to Deng Solomon and the team of ENA is, guys, what we have been doing. This is not the first time for me to do it. You might have heard it from more from John Madong and also from ENA team. We are working together. This is not the first time to do it, something of this kind. Whatever thing that we mention, we say, or I say myself, I'm saying it for your benefit, okay? If there might be something wrong that I might have mentioned because I'm a person, just take that out and focus on something, a point that will let you come to Turkey. That is another word that I can say, and you should at least take it serious. Sometimes people can go, if they get something wrong, they say that we were told to do this, and then they start blaming people. I'm here for your success, and your success means a lot. Thank you so much for listening up to this juncture, and thank to the team of ENA, and to my team as well, those who are representing students who are here in Turkey during this program. We are 3 years or more, and John Madam. I'm really happy for your attendance and the point that you guys have added to what I just presented. They really means a lot to the students and to us as well. I'm really appreciative for your participation. At this juncture, I would like to give it back to Deng Solomon and the team of ENA. May God bless you, and I wish you all success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our brother, Abraham Chol. We really do appreciate your sacrifice that you always give us. It has really been insightful and it has been impactful to all the students that always get this orientation. We believe through your orientation that you have given them, they will be able to be successful as they desired their academic journey. However, not forgetting the scholars, Amon, thank you. Thank you for your attendance and your input. We really do appreciate it. And to the candidate, please have that courage, be bold enough, say, yes, I must be this, and motivate yourself, by the way. You have to motivate yourself. Don't look yourself down. Don't say, this is my first time, I cannot make it. Just eager for that opportunity, and you will surely make it through. Orientation is not that hard. I mean, the interview is not that hard. It's just asking you the question and providing the answers that is meant to be given. So, if you did not get anything from this presentation right now, or if you came late, don't worry. The meeting is being recorded, and you can still, at your free time, watch again. You can watch again the orientation, and we will send you the slide in the group. You go through it because we had something technical problem that the presentation was not able to show on the screen. So at this point, please allow me to say thank you to every one of you, and also allow me to welcome Mr. Jacob Benbol, come and put his remarks and maybe close this orientation. And I wish you success. I wish you good luck. Please remember to make your parents happy. Try to make your parents happy. That's all I can say. Good luck. You're welcome.
Okay, thank you so much, Dame Solomon. First of all, I would like to give a special thanks to Mr. Abraham Chol for the wonderful presentation and all the energies invested in taking his time to research and give you all the information, all the information that will help you for your interview on 14th, as you said. So thank you so much, Abraham. We really appreciate your report in giving back to society. We know our country where it is heading now, but we believe if we use a reverse psychology, we believe that these young people we are connecting now will be the future of the South Sudan. So anytime, we never know, things may go worse, but we still hope that thing will go well in future. So if we talk about future, then there's no future. Future is not far from now. So we are the future. So then, thank you so much for doing that. It is our pleasure as in a team to receive you every year. Like last year, you did the same. You did the orientation for the application, and you also did the orientation for the interview. We also appreciate actually the Turkey team, where we have John Madong here and Amor. I believe you guys, we have done a great job, which I think we and I have not done, because most of you have been connected with these students. You have been actually individually helping them directly. So, and we also appreciate, like John did the orientation for the application earlier this year, I think. So, and it was actually amazing. So we can see this is the result of the work that we actually did with John. I don't know when month, but earlier this year. So we thank you actually for the cooperation, and we thank you for that heart for the society. It's not easy to get people who are really ready to give out to the society, because these days people are focusing on their own personal issues, and they're dealing with their own things to develop themselves, maybe personally and professionally. And it's hard to get someone who will dedicate his or her time in helping others whom it doesn't even know. So whom have not been met in real life. So this shows that there's a seed that is growing, and this shows that this seed, when it grows, South Sudan will be somewhere else. So thank you so much, Taki team. Finally, thank you, participant, for your enthusiasm or for your commitment to attend this orientation. We believe when we organize orientation, or we give you all that is needed to pass the interview, and you don't come, then no one will get that information. So it's our delight that you join the orientation and you attend until the end, getting all the guidelines from the expert like Abraham Chol and Amor and John and all the members who are here who have contributed to the session. So we thank you for your commitment and for your time. So finally, to say a word, sometimes the reason why we need to prepare ourselves, as Chol put it before, that sometimes it may be good in all corners. Maybe you are good in speaking, you are a good public speaker, and maybe you are also good in writing. If you are given a written exam, you can pass it well. Maybe you have been good in your class, maybe getting number one, or maybe leading your state or your school or anything. But when it comes to interview, sometimes it doesn't depend on which mark you get in the class. So it depends on how creative you are and how prepared you are. So if you prepare yourself very well and you remain creative during the interview, then you win. So like those interviewers, sometimes they don't like when they consider marks for you to qualify for interview. But when you come to interview stage now, they need to see you like that person who presented himself or herself in the application form. How does it look, or how does she look like? So they want to see you now if you really represent what you presented in the form. So that's what they just need to see from you. So don't fail yourself, because now you have reached the interview stage. It shows that you are qualified to win anything. Then they need you now to prove yourself. How do you prove yourself? Is to answer those questions that will be asked in the interview. And these are the questions now, like they are presented to you. So what you need to do, make a thorough research. the reason why you need to research sometime, like for me, I experienced this when I was in secondary school, and even now I'm still experiencing it. Sometime when I was secondary school, sometime when I've not read, even if it is a simple exam or even if it is a simple question, I can simply fail it. Why? Because my mind will say, I did not read. Then now what will come into me, I will instill in me a fear that I did not read. And instead of being creative and tackling the question, I will focus on blaming myself of having not read. So that's how it works. The same, if you don't prepare yourself when you go to interview, you get some question. You say, no, I did not prepare for interview, and you start questioning yourself before the interviewers. That automatically will let you fail. The interview. So why it is important to study, even if you don't get exactly the same question, it's good like you inform your mind. You awaken your subconscious mind. Tell your subconscious mind that I'm going for the interview. Tell your subconscious mind that I'm actually a winner and I must win this. So tell yourself that be confident enough to tackle the interview question as they've been laid here by my brother and my colleagues who have already spoken. So what it needs is just a commitment. You need to be committed. Don't worry about language, whether you are not fluent in English or what. What you need to do now is start practicing. So if you have some doubt of your maybe fluency in English, which is also considered in the interview, then you need to start practicing now. Start practicing like you are going for debate. Like I know in secondary school, like you are going for debate, you practice, you get your point, you practice, you get your own mirror, or you can go to a silent place, you start talking to yourself. You can do that for now, because this is the last this maybe this is a chance for life. You can change your life completely when you get it, or when you lose it, you may not get other chance like this. So what you can do, commit yourself, as you put it before. If you have some other things, if you have a girlfriend or boyfriend, avoid them these days. Tell them that I'm going for interview, I'm preparing, so I will get back to you soon, because there may be a distraction this time. So actually, our time has actually gone, and you need to prepare, because when we say preparation, then you need to prepare your mind. So inform your mind about what you want to go, what you go and do. So maybe to add something, like there's a question that people always ask. Joel is stressed on it before. They may ask sometime, do you have any question or do you have anything to add? That question is very, very important. It can make you unique among all the interviewees. So people, they want to test your mind, because they know that no one got it all. No one knows everything. So if you say that I don't have any question to ask, or you say I'm okay, then they will assume that you are pretending. They will know that you are pretending because you don't know everything, like about Turkey, about the university, about anything. You don't know everything there. So what you need to do, make a research of something that you want to know, like something most that took your attention about Turkey. And when they ask you that question, that what, do you have any question or something to add? Then you just say, then you ask them about that thing that take your attention. You research as something that is very positive, something that is very important, something that they like most, like whether maybe it is food, or it is a language, or what. So maybe you can. So in your interview, you also need to add. Also need to stress how important or how capable you are to adapting in a place that is not yours, or in a country that is not your country, like learning a new language, like adapting to a new culture, or maybe eating different food that you have never eaten before. So try to at least mention thing to do with language, because you are going to study in Turkish. So tell them that you are good in learning new language. You can give example. You can give example of some languages that you have. You can give us some example of local languages. If you feel like maybe saying I know Arabic, and if you don't know Arabic, maybe you may think some of them might know Arabic. Just say like I have interest in learning new languages. Like now I know how to speak Arabic. I know how to speak Swahili. You can just tell them, but if you don't know, because they will not ask you in Swahili, they don't know Swahili. They will not ask you in Arabic. So tell them that I know some languages, and this came as a result of me, like I've interested in learning other people's cultures, learning new languages and all this. That things will make you different, because they know that when you come to Turkey, you will catch up and you will learn the language. So because they love, that's what they love most. And one of the reasons why they give a scholarship is for them to teach people their language, such that is one of the things that people like these days. People like when someone speaks your language, then you know that that person is already is part of your family, even if he or she is not originally from you. So you need to stress some of the point based on the language and all those things, and some of the things that you research. about Turkey. So sorry I've taken much of your time, but I finally want to tell you that when you commit yourself and you work hard, then success does not run away from you. Try to run after it, and now is the time. Take all the advice, all the guidelines that you've gotten from Brother Chol and all the members here. And I believe next year you will give testimony like Amor and John here. And you will guide other students that will come next year, because we know that every year there's always a call for application. So strike hard to be one of the members who will also give a testimony next year in orientation like this. Thank you. So finally, I think we have come to the end of our program. So thank you, Amor, for the insight. Thank you, John. Thank you, Brother Deng Solomon, for the arrangement. Actually, Deng was the one who arranged it, because he's the head of scholarship and orientation department in ENA. So I actually thank you for doing this. So in one way or another, our brothers and sisters will benefit. Thank you. So if there's something burning that have not been said, or something that you want to throw before I end the meeting, then you're highly welcome. I'm saying Jacob Ajuk, you are saying something, or I'm seeing you talking. You can turn on. You are muted. You can mute yourself. You can click on that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but I just wanted to add something. First of all, I would like to appreciate the good work you guys have been doing to us since the start of the application up to this juncture. So actually, for me personally, it's just appreciation. I just want to give much appreciation for you guys, especially to our elder brothers, like the person of like Abraham Chol, and also my brother Deng, and not forgetting my sister Amor. So it's a huge appreciation for you guys, what you are doing to us. So coming to my part, and also my colleagues, I would like to apologize because before I came a bit late, but although, as you guys stated before, that the orientation is being recorded, so I'll first go and download that and look into the first part of the interview of the orientation. So back to my side, it's just appreciation. I have nothing much, but it's just appreciation for what you guys have been doing. Even though I did not get the first point, but I think what I have got in the middle there, it helped me a lot. That helped me a lot, especially that part of interview, especially that part of orientation. It will help a lot. So it's just appreciation. That's the much thing I want to say here. Just appreciation and thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jacob. Thank you so much for your insight. We really appreciate that.
Jacob, you have really done it well, and we can see you are happy. The way you're smiling even can tell that you are happy with what we have done. Thank you. At this point, I think we will come to an end. The meeting because we have taken much of the time. So, Mr. Jacob, you can close the meeting. Thank you.
Okay, bye. See you again.
Bye-bye.
See you guys. See you.
See you.
Next time.